All right, your goal in this final game is to throw a touchdown pass. By choosing the highest difficulty, you'll have the most yards to go, but the payoff will be earning all possible rewards for this challenge. And now the offense getting set, 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. 23 yards on the play. The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. Now here's Mahomes, and this is incomplete. Niles Paul, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the
And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Congrats on getting the win on the highest difficulty option.
The big day has finally arrived. It's the coach who will wear the crown as a Super Bowl champion of the Madden Ultimate Team Playoffs. Straight ahead, we've got a good one in store between the Memphis Steamers and the Oakland Raiders. So with that, let's get out to the East Bay and Oakland, California. On the call, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, thrilled to be with you from the broadcast booth. And, partner, before we get this thing started, what are you going to be watching?
Who gets off to a fast start? In horse racing terms, they talk about catching a flyer out of the gate. who sets the pace and makes the other team chase.
Ready to go now on a sunny afternoon in the East Bay. And off we go from Oakland. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a guy who's been around the league for quite a while. It's the veteran quarterback, Matt Schaub.
He's shown patience in his career, having to be a backup in the beginning before getting an opportunity to be a starter in Houston. And now he's one of those great veteran backup guys who's always available and ready to go.
Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10.
Watch the shit. Watch the shit. Hey, watch the shit. Ready?
They'll start on the ground with Edmonds. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Go now. 94. 55. Here.
On second down, this is Edmonds. And an alley to run. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
On the double.
They'll run on first down, Edmonds. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Margus Hunt able to take him down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later. I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Bernardrick McKinney muscled his way in for the sack.
Now, how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz, and the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Back deep, Bruce Ellington.
That's it, baby. We don't work.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. They come up here now, first down.
Yellow, yellow. Watch QB drop.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And all the way up to the 33-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Second quarter from Oakland, the homestanding Raiders with the football here. We're scoreless after one. Second quarter from Oakland, the homestanding Raiders with the football here. They're on the march, but facing a third down here. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
This is a real lift for a defense. It's been a long drive, and you're starting to drag a little bit out there. Been pushed back, and now instead of caving in, here's the play you were waiting for. And the interception means that long drive is going to yield nothing for the offense.
On the ready. Watch it, you got you. I got you, son. I got you, son. Okay, go.
Here's Shaw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. No gain, and it's second down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Here's a give to Brown. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. It was Orlando Scandrick the one that time to knock it away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Throwing now is Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
56.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered. He's able to get a hand in and knock it away.
And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Powering his way forward. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Down. 60 outlaw. You must be true.
Now Shaw. This one caught by Davis. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? 11 more on that one and another first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. They'll drop the throw. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
15-1.
To throw again on 2nd down. Shove. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And his guys are able to strike for 6. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Watch the screen.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And that's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Easy.
Delay of game, offense.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. The Raiders on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and forever. Mahomes going to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And now back out comes the offense.
Ready? 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Hey, get in the way.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this is incomplete. Well, incompletion, yes, but maybe here. Not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
And Davis with it left side. Touchdown! As his guys are in for 6. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead.
It's the second round of the Madden Ultimate Team Playoffs. It's the coach in Orlando.
Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. Leading this unit will be the big arm man out of Texas Tech. 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes. A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
On 2nd and 12, Mahomes, and a little floater there is incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Now Mahomes, and they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Off the play fake, McCoy. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Certainly not the cleanest of starts to this football game. Back-to-back plays yield turnovers in this first quarter.
So there's not much flow right now. A very choppy game. And I know this. It's a copycat league. We say it all the time about the NFL, but I'm not quite sure this is what they had in mind about something they wanted to emulate.
No, you don't want to emulate a turnover. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
At the 39-yard line.
Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Tommy Bohannon, the fullback, his intended target. But now it'll be 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
A Raider first down, 17 yards. Mahomes now to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Here's carry number 1 for Kenneth Dixon. And he's got room. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now McCoy. Man open, that's Kiki QT, complete. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here,
and he will take this one in for a touchdown. Taking it in from the 20. And his guys have taken a first quarter lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Dawson tacks on the point after, and that makes the score 7-0. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's Kenneth Dixon who caps it off with a touchdown scamper. After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Oakland, the homestanding Raiders with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Under 10, under 10, 10.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They go play fake. Mahomes. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and that leads to a play-action sack. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads. They don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Now this one is running back out of the backfield, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here's McCoy. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The 15 yards there on the catch and run.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
On first down, McCoy. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this first half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the second quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to equal things out. And instead of it going to the opponents, get it to his own receivers and find the end zone.
Yeah, you mentioned those 2 picks. No touchdown passes yet either. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great, let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Call it a gain of 3. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Mahomes used to moving quickly in college, trying to get his guys to the line. They'll set up a throw. Going top shelf and for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Evans. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. The drive begins with a run by Dixon. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters. We now proceed to the start of the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here they come, the road team now getting the football first to start this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's 2nd and 8. Throw left side complete to QT. There he goes left side. And touchdown. Kiki QT, 71 yards. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Time now for Patrick Mahomes as we put him in our players' spotlight. So with the 3. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary can really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Xavier Williams gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
On play action, it's Mahomes. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Breaking that one up was Justin Evans. Read it perfectly. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder